What's going on, boys? I got the most exciting video of the year to this point. Obviously, what I'm talking about here is the College Football National Championship tomorrow. I've got 7 plays for you guys in this video. The main one is going to be a 5-man that turns $100 into $1,000. So before we get into those picks, though, I would like to ask if you boys could please drop a like and subscribe. That would help me out a ton. Any kind of interaction I get from you guys helps me out a whole lot. I do put a lot of time in these videos for you guys, and it takes you about 2 seconds to go drop that like and subscribe. So again, if you could please just drop that, I really, really appreciate it. Obviously, you are looking at what we've been doing in the college football postseason up to this point. Some bowl games, mostly just all the playoff games. We are, I want to say, we're 14-6 at this moment right now. So really, really good stuff so far. Obviously, not a great last 2 weeks, but overall, we're doing really, really well. Again, as I said, I've got 7 plays for you guys today, but I did want to talk to you guys about the best way to make money that is not gambling. Obviously, gambling is always a toss-up, but this is guaranteed cash in your pocket for completely free in less than 10 minutes. That is the deposit matches from Chalkboard, Parlay, Play, and Sleeper. That is a 100% deposit match up to $100 on all 3 of these apps when you sign up with code SBL. Obviously, that's not the only thing you guys are going to get. Over on Chalkboard, you guys also get 1 exclusive free pick as well as their promo page right here. This is 10 to 12 promos for every single sport, every single day. That's slash lines, that's boosted payouts, all the things that make betting super, super profitable and easy and fun. That's what you guys are going to get in that promo page right there. And then Parlay Play is a $5 free game ad sign up. That $5 free game does not require a deposit whatsoever. You get it no matter what you put into the app when you first sign up. So obviously, very good way to get started there. But this is how they do their payouts over on Parlay Play. Anything over a 2-man, you guys get a percentage boost based off of that. So 3-man, 5% boost, 4-man, 10% boost, and so on. It pushes those payouts over on Parlay Play so high. You will not find any better payouts on any app other than Parlay Play, I promise you. But the last one is Sleeper. 100% deposit match up to $100. Again, just like the other 2. And then also, you guys get a free $20 entry. No deposit required for that one either. So same exact deal as Parlay Play, but a free $20 entry instead of 5. That is a very, very good deal. But again, that deposit match up to $100 on all 3 of these apps. That's $300 between the 3 apps when you sign up with code SBL. It's the easiest way to make money. It costs you guys literally nothing. The bets I'm about to give you guys, you don't even have to put your own money on it. You could put all the money that you guys make from this, the free money, and just throw it on these bets and call it a day. But I did want to hop over to Parlay Play, show you guys the payout difference. Obviously, the payouts for this game are not super high just because we're betting on one single game. There's a lot of correlated things. It's very, very hard to avoid all those correlations and everything. But with that being said, we are still at almost a 10x payout, so I will absolutely take that. I want to say the payout for this guy on Prizepicks is like 7x or something. Again, it's just kind of hard to get a high payout on this, but I do have an extra 2-man at the end of the video if you guys are going to wait for that. I'm going to give you guys a 2-man at the end of the video that is a 12x, so just hold on, wait for that. I just want to get into this main play really quickly for you guys, but this is going to pay about almost $300 more than you guys would be getting paid on Prizepicks. Again, overall, not a huge day for payouts in general, but if you guys are going to bet on this day, you might as well throw it in on Parlay Play. You guys are going to be making more money regardless of what you do. But with that being said, we're going to hop over to Prizepicks and get into some of these plays for tomorrow. Found a lot of things I really, really like for you guys, so that being said, going to start on the Miami side of the ball. We are taking Carson Beck over 29.5 pass attempts. I absolutely love this line for him. Obviously, didn't go crazy in those first 2 college football playoff games, but that first one against A&M, they were wind gusts up to 35 miles an hour at Kyle Field in that game. So that explains that, obviously, and there just wasn't a whole lot of offense in that game. So not too worried about that one either. And then Ohio State, they needed to control time of possession in this game. Their defense gave them a very, very good opportunity to do that early in the game with that pick 6. That's exactly what they did the entire game. They ran the ball, did not put the ball in harm's way by letting Carson Beck throw a lot. So good on them for that. But in this Ole Miss game, which I think this Ole Miss game is going to be a very, very close to how this Indiana game is going to end up. I just think that Indiana's offense is more explosive than Ohio State's. I do understand Ohio State's receiving core is insanely good just with how Curt Cignetti runs this team. They can put up a lot of points very, very quickly on you. Their defense is relentless. So I think that Carson Beck is going to have to throw a decent amount in this game. That Indiana rushing defense is just too good. So I think that him hitting 30 pass attempts in a must-win game, literally the last game of the season, whether they win or lose, they obviously want to win this one, but He absolutely is going to have to throw in this game. There's no debate about it. It's not like a first round of the playoffs. It's not like even a second round of the playoffs. They have to win this game. But sticking with Miami, we've got my favorite play of the day, honestly, is going to be Keelan Marion. We're taking him over 3.5 receptions. This dude on the entire season averages 4 receptions per game. That is already a really good start because he needs 4 to cash here. But in these last 2 games of the playoffs, he's been going absolutely insane. Obviously, both these teams know that Malachi Tony is the guy to guard, the guy that they're going to want to go to the entire game. Malachi Tony and Mark Fletcher are such big what am I looking for here? They are such big threats in that offensive game plan for Miami that Keelan Marion and also CJ Daniels on the other side of the ball are always very, very overlooked in this offense. Again, with Malachi Tony and Mark Fletcher, there's really nothing you can do except for key on those two and hope that Marion and CJ Daniels don't just tear you up. But that's what teams have been doing. Keelan Marion has been doing very, very good in that role of just getting a ton of targets, a ton of catches. So I think that 4 receptions for him, not going to be too tough there, especially with Carson Beck needing to throw a lot. I really, really love it. And then sticking with Miami, we've got one more Miami for you guys. This is just one that I think is really fun, and I don't see any reason why we shouldn't take it. I mean, Ruben Bain leads the nation in QB pressures this season with about 80. That is an insane number. Obviously, yes, Indiana does have a very, very good O-line, especially from a pass blocking standpoint, but at the end of the day, Ruben Bain is the best pass rusher in the entire nation. There's no question about that. He's got 4 sacks in these playoffs already, and he had 0 against Ole Miss. I will say that looks a little bit bad on his part. However, Trinidad Chambliss is so shifty in the pocket. He gets out, he runs a lot to where I'm not really too worried about that. Again, Mendoza is a very skilled quarterback, very fast guy, but he's fast in the same way that Daniel Jones is fast. He's not shifty. If you get him in straight line speed, he's quick, but he's not shifty. He's not going to juke anyone in the pocket or anything like that. So I think that Ruben Bain will have a very, very good chance at getting a sack in this game. So over 0.5 sacks for Ruben Bain. Super, super happy with that. Again, he could still tie that with half a sack. If him and Mesidor get to Mendoza at the same exact time, they split a sack. Cool, he ties, whatever. I'm cool with it. But moving over to the Indiana side of the ball, we've got Charlie Becker. We're taking his longest reception at 22.5. I've seen this guy bouncing around pretty much the entire day. I've seen it at 23.5, 24.5. Now it's down to 22.5. They don't really know where they want to put this line, which is typically a very, very good sign for us as the bettors. When they don't know where they want to put a line, they just don't know how it's going to go. With Charlie Becker, I am very, very confident that I know how this is going to go. In his last 8 games, he's missed this line exactly 2 times. And on top of that, Miami, in their last 6 games straight, they have allowed a longest reception of 24 or more yards. So Miami's giving it up pretty much every single game. If they're going to throw the ball 20 to like anywhere between, honestly, anything over 20 plus air yards, it's typically going to go to Charlie Becker. That's just kind of how Mendoza likes to do it. I'm not sure why, but they give Charlie Becker a lot of seam routes from the slot, a lot of things like that, where he gets one-on-one looks deeper down the field. So he's going to get some shots in this game. Obviously, Miami is a very, very fast defense. They don't let a lot of passes go over their head typically, at least for touchdowns. They're a bend, don't break kind of offense. They're going to let passes go down the field, but it's not going to go for a touchdown. So it's just a matter of, is it going to be 23 yards in the air or not, which obviously it's Mendoza. I think it's going to be, especially with how Becker's been playing lately. I really, really love that play right there. And then our second and final pick for Indiana is going to be Kalon Black. We're taking him over 0.5 rushing plus receiving touchdowns. This one, I like it a lot. Obviously, he's got 3 touchdowns in these playoffs so far out of the 2 games that they've played. That's a really, really good start. Mendoza should be able to throw a ton of touchdowns in this game. That's just kind of how Indiana's game plan has gone the entire season. But I do see them going with a lot of halfback draws, a lot of inside zones, things like that against this Miami defense. I do think that they're going to be throwing most of the game. I think that they're going to use those halfback draws, inside zones, things like that to catch this Miami defense off guard. Obviously, Miami's rushing defense is extremely good. So I do think that Indiana is going to have to catch them off guard with a few runs here and there mixed in with a lot of passing. So I think that Kalon Black can absolutely get into the end zone. Obviously, if you guys look at his longest rush, what he's been doing from that front in the last few weeks, he has been out of his mind. He's been playing amazingly for this Indiana offense. So for that reason, I think that a touchdown is not a lot to ask from him. Really, really like that. But $100 does turn into $800. Again, they're messing with this payout a lot today. But 100 into 800, That's actually not true at all. 100 into 1800. I apologize for that. I don't know why it had me on the flex, but if we are going for all 5 of these to hit, $100 does turn into $1,800. That's absolutely huge, which is kind of making me think that over here on Parlay Play, I might have it protected. I'm not sure, but with that being said, that is a huge, huge payout right there. That is an amazing payout for us. A 18x on a 5-man. Really, really good stuff there. But I did promise you guys one more play at the end of the video. I will scroll down and get to it right here. This is going to be the final play I've got for you guys for the entire college football season, not counting VIP tomorrow. I do have VIP coming out tomorrow for you guys that are in there, but this is the final free play I've got for you guys for the college football season, and that is going to be Mark Fletcher, first touchdown scorer. Also, before I even say these, I do want to throw a little disclaimer out there. This is not my professional advice. This is just a completely for fun play. It's the last play of the season. Just if you guys want to have a little fun, throw like $5-10 on something that has a huge payout. That's exactly what this is. This is not my I wouldn't put a lot of money on this bet at all, I promise you guys. But Mark Fletcher Jr., first touchdown scorer. I think that that one has a very good chance of hitting, honestly. I think that if Miami's going to get in the end zone, I think it's going to be through running the ball a lot. I don't think they will run the ball a lot just because I don't think they're going to find a whole lot of success with it. But within the 10-yard line, within the 5-yard line, I think they can find a decent amount of success in that. So Mark Fletcher, first touchdown scorer. I think that that one, especially for the payout for that one's just a really, really fun play right there. And then Mendoza, more than 2.5 passing touchdowns. This one's just another really fun one. Do I think that it's absolutely going to happen? Probably not. Do I think that it absolutely could? And is it worth it for its payout? Yes, I do. Again, Miami's rushing defense has been really good all year. And I think that Indiana's going to end up with 4 or 5 touchdowns in this game regardless. So Mendoza's going to have to throw a few of those. And then, again, both these plays are just really, really fun plays. Just completely for fun, just messing around, having a good time because it's the last game of the season. But with that being said, that's all I've got for you guys today. So I'm going to get out of here. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow.